Hey everyone! It's Nicole, the Blind Maid, sharing my magic world, and today I'm going to share my character for the character randomizer that Sam Wicker created. So I'm sure you guys saw the videos posted by Sam where people are getting together and using dice for tabletop gaming to create their own characters. So I thought it'd be fun to do my take on it. So the concept is that you have different categories and you roll dice to see what you land with. And my character is a Reaper Fae. That's a thief. And is friends with the character at Lark Raid, which I think she shared on her channel as well.
A fire-breathing demon.
With friends with Reaper Fae. And what Reaper Fae is, I kind of got information from Dungeons & Dragons, is pretty much a fairy that has died but was brought back to life in a Reaper and now has either a scythe or a dagger, depending on how you want to show it, that roots souls. I'm not sure if this is part of Stan's universe, but I thought it'd be cool to show like a more darker side to humanity with the creatures in the realm. So I created this concept, which I refer to as factories. And it's the idea of either like fairies or giants or gnomes being captured and then their magic being stolen from them, being used by humans. And I feel like Lauren likes this idea and she'll probably use it in one of her future stories. So here's my little tale, and I decided to call it Falling Light. A whimpered state, one of the prisoners, locked behind bars, as the flames flickered around the iron, casting a faint glow, outlining its prisoner. A young girl hid in a corner, in a fetal position, trying in vain to hide from the screams of agony from her fellow prisoners. She had arrived wearing a white halter top and pants, but now they were nothing more than rides. The white turned gray, dyed with dirt and blood from her interactions with the guards. Her arms were covered in burns from getting too close to her enclosure. A long white star ran down her back, close to her wings, a reminder of what occurred when she tried to flee her captors. Dull silver eyes snapped open as she was brought out of her nightmarish dreams, being awoken to a scream that was quickly silenced behind a pair of heavy metal doors, laced with iron. A shudder ran through her, realizing where she was. The elders called it a factory, a prison ran by humans to cipher and use magic attained from magical beings. The magic was drained slowly from its source over a few months until nothing remained but a husk. The stolen magic was stored in bottles, being sold to the highest bidder. She curled up tighter. Her left hand subconsciously went to her right shoulder, tracing a star of a snowflake, the tattoo they all received upon receiving their gift in her family. A tear ran down her face, clearing away some of the dirt covering her skin. Her mind turned to her family, wondering if any of them survived the capture. It had started off as another day, her silver hair bound in a bun, helping her mother create decorations out of ice, their family livelihood. Delia looked. A young boy called out, proud of his half-finished trident, standing in the snow. Laughing, she helped him complete the statue, now as a full dragon blowing out a ball of flames. fair. I wanted to complete it on my own. He whined, and they pout before squealing in surprise as their father tossed them in the air. In tiny will, Jaster, let's not overdo your first day of casting. Their father called out, tickling the small boy. The happy mood was ruined as a group of men appeared from the shadows, surrounding the family, their faces hidden under black hoods. Run! Their father yelled, shoving Jasper into her arms, yet it was no use. She remembered hearing her parents scream before her world had gone black. Her memories were shattered as a hand grabbed a chunk of her hair, pulling her upwards as her mind registered she was outside her cell. Her blue and white wings beat frantically, trying to pull her to her feet, yet her body was weakening from weeks of starvation. Stop struggling. We'll be in the lab soon enough. I still owe you for my eye. I wonder if I get to have the honors of slicing off your pretty wings. The dark whispered in her ear as they passed the other cells, holding water and ice Fae. She glanced up in horror, seeing the ugly star over the man's left eye, recalling her first time in the chair and how she had summoned an icicle in fear, stabbing the man to get free. No, get off me, she screamed, struggling to get free, biting the man as he yelped in pain, letting her go as she stumbled backwards into one of the flaming cells. The smell of burnt skin and hair filled her senses as her screams cut through the silence. She tried to break free, but her wild magic held her in place, coating the flames in white ice, before her spirit left what remained of the incinerated corpse. She gasped as the pain disappeared, finding herself naked in a dark room. Her hands trailed over her skin, shocked to find it smooth and void of any burns. You know, most people commit suicide in a less messy way. A deep masculine voice teased. Who's there? She demanded, her eye adjusting to the darkness. She blinked as yellow eyes stared back at her. First, let's get you dressed, he mused, snapping his fingers as a silky white steady strapped evening gown covered her form. Her hair hung loose, framing her face. Much better. I can now join you without you feeling embarrassed, he added as the room flooded with light, revealing a man sitting on a black throne covered in stalls, as a black cloak covered his entire form. I hate dresses, though who are you supposed to be, the Grim Reaper? She snapped, climbing to her feet, surprised to feel it change to white pants, a white backless tunic, as white sandals covered her feet. Yes, I am the master of death, and you, my little fairy, have caused a lot of chaos with your death, which I quite enjoyed watching. As we speak, that factory is burning to the ground as numerous Fae at stake, he explained, leaning forward in his chair, resting his elbows on the armrest of his chair to study her. Great for them. So which way is my soul heading? You made it clear that I'm dead. Do I get to see my family? Are we tortured for taking my life? She inquired, hoping he would pick the first option. Neither. You're going topside, working for me. Or would you rather burn as payment for seeking freedom? He mused, summoning a gold encrusted dagger as it appeared in his hands. He held the dagger out to her, beckoning for her to take it. You will be joining a class called Reapers. You are fallen souls collecting souls for me. Just stab your victim, and when you release the dagger, the blade will do the work for you. He explained once Delia stepped forward to accept the weapon. One more thing, he muttered as she attached the weapon. One more thing, he muttered as she adorned the weapon, glancing up at hearing him snap his fingers once more. A portal appeared, made of flames, as a woman stepped through, the orange light illuminating her black skin. Words tumbled from her mouth in a foreign language before she fell silent. She kneeled before him, bowing her head as her purple hair fell over her bare shoulders. Forgive me, Master. I was torturing an arrogant stone when you summoned me. She apologized, fearful angering the god. He laughed, reaching out a pale hand to pat her head. Come now, my little fire starter. You know how much I enjoy your performance. Did you hear the good news? Many humans died tonight, bathed in your element. He teased, amused to see that Delia had hidden behind his throne. She clapped her hands in glee before frowning. I'm disappointed I can't take credit for such festivities. What caused such carnage? She demanded, summoning an orb in her hands, seeing the shadows flicker behind his throne. He raised a hand to gain her attention, to silence her. The creator of that chaos and our recruit is one and the same. I was hoping you could take her under your wing. Come here, Delia. You are among friends. He beckoned, glancing behind his chair as she came out from her hiding place. She arched an eyebrow as her black dress swirled as she circled around the girl. They say moths are drawn to the flames. What made you recruit this one? She asked, wondering what the girl was capable of. She threw herself into a cell made of flames to a state being experimented on by mortals. Not many water fae would choose their enemy element, and her magic was powerful enough to put out the flames. Add in her spirit being damaged but not broken, I figured she would be fun to play with. He mused, chuckling as Delia spun in his direction, hurling o'er water where his head was, as it was seamless by an orb of flames. I'm not a toy. Even if you are deaf, I won't be used again, she hissed, her hands balling into fist, clutching the dagger tightly. The other girl closed the distance between them, placing her hands on both of Delia's shoulders. She laughed as Delia lashed out, plunging the dagger into her chest. What a way to greet your new friend. I'm Nina, by the way, she mused, gripping the hilt of the blade with both hands, cutting it free with a grunt. You can't take a soul that doesn't exist, she teased, giving the dagger back to Delia, smirking at seeing her strap. Ah, that just worked. Seeing her
Scowl.
scowl. Thank you. It was an insult. You are all toys to me, and being a reaper, you belong to me," he explained, snapped his fingers as gold threads spat from the blade, tying the Faerie up. The strands pinned her wings behind her back as Delia collapsed to the ground, pulling against her restraints, trying to get free. "Bastard, let me go," she yelled, trying to summon water, only to realize her magic was blocked. "Stop making this harder for yourself. You wanted a way out, and he offered you one. What more do you want?" Nina sneered, hoping she'd get to torture the sprite for her disobedience. The man watched before his eyes widened, canceling the spell. He climbed to his feet before kneeling before the Faerie. "I didn't know. I'm not committed to seeing your life through your eyes until the bond is created." "That is what he told you, his toy, before you were raped by the mortals?" he asked, as the gold strands disappeared. Delia gave a shaky nod, taking his hand before climbing to her feet, remained silent. "Mortals can easily be tracked. Would it offer you closer to claim the soul of the weasel that tortured you?" Nina offered, feeling pity for the girl, placing one hand on her arm gently. "A way to teach her our world. She's your responsibility now, Nina. Don't break her like you did the boy I put in your care," he warned, his eyes glittering in amusement. Nina hung her head before reaching for the girl's hand. "That boy is weak. He fell for a siren and failed to heed my warnings," she protests, laughing as Delia snatched her hand away. "How much do you know of this place, little sprite?" she teased, crossed her arms over her chest. "Nothing. I grew up in the glen in the Fae Plains. I know he's a Grim Reaper, master of death, but that's it," she explained, seeing the man disappear from the room. Nina groaned, heaving a sigh. "This dimension is purgatory, a space between earth and hell, like the Fae Plains, but for lost souls. You should be able to use your magic to teleport between realms, but it drains a lot of your magic. I can get us there, but you're not going to like it," she warned, waiting to see if the girl would have more questions. "Why wouldn't I like it?" she demanded, frowning at seeing Nina grin
ambitiously.
Yes, thank you. Nina laughed, summoning an aura of fire, watching it dance in her hands. "I'm drawn to fire, so most volcanoes are a good portal for me," she sneered, as the aura grew, forming a portal. Delia took a step back in fear at the idea of being trapped in fire. "Yeah, no thanks. I'd rather take my chances with my own mode of transportation. I'll see you topside," she protests as blue mist swirled around her, creating a portal before stepping through it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. So that was my piece for Stan's Alteration, and it was a lot of fun to write. Since I do tabletop gaming and LARP, I always have fun creating new characters based on either I roll or what's done to me by the Dungeon Masters. And my next character piece for this will be a humanoid plant, but it will not be like Poison Ivy. And I know that's what a lot of people compare it to. As I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And until next time, what's it be?